want you to hit me as hard as you can.
Brittany Murphy had an infectious charm and bubbly personality, bringing integral energy and charm to teen comedies like Clueless, animated favorites like King of the Hill, and heavy dramas like Girl Interrupted, until her sudden death at 32. We remember Brittany Murphy. Brittany Ann Bertolotti was born on November 10, 1977, in Atlanta, Georgia. After her parents divorced when she was just 2, Murphy and her mother Sharon, whose maiden name Brittany took, moved to New Jersey. It was here that Murphy was enrolled in the reputable Vern Fowler School of Dance and Theater Arts. Developing an immediate fondness for the arts, Murphy and her mother moved to Los Angeles in 1991. Jobs came quickly, and that same year Murphy landed a role on the TV show Drexel's Class, alongside lead Dabney Coleman, middle Lawrence brother Matthew, and a pre-American Pie Jason Biggs, appearing in all 18 episodes of the short-lived Fox sitcom. Various small-screen appearances padded out her resume, including one-offs on shows like Parker Lewis Can't Lose, Blossom, and Frasier, in addition to multiple episode arcs on Almost Home, Party of Five, and Boy Meets World. Thanks for watching We Remember. If you enjoy our shows, please subscribe to our channel right now, like this video, and click on the bell so you can be notified each time a new video goes up. Now, back to the show. Murphy's big screen breakthrough came in 1995 when she was cast in Amy Heckerling's chic, fashionista high school rom-com Clueless. The only 17-year-old on set, Murphy was the sole cast member accompanied by a parent, her mother Sharon. Courtesy of Alicia Silverstone's Cher, the tragically unhip tie is transformed from flannel-wearing, mop-headed, trapper-keeper clutching new girl to a skirt-donning, hair-dyed popularity case worthy of rolling with the homies. As Ty did with the gaze of the male student body at Beverly Hills High School, Murphy was also grabbing attention from fans and critics, earning a Young Artist Award nomination for her performance. Smaller roles followed, with turns in the Reese Witherspoon vehicle Freeway and the 1998 stoner comedy Bongwater. Next came beauty pageant mockumentary Drop Dead Gorgeous, in which Murphy played contestant Lisa. That same year, Murphy, perhaps in an attempt to dodge typecasting, co-starred in Girl Interrupted, playing a troubled, self-harming teen with OCD alongside Angelina Jolie and Winona Ryder. It was undoubtedly her strongest, most complex character yet, and for it she earned another nomination at the Young Artist Awards, this time for leading actress. One of her most prominent roles up to that point, however, wasn't in front of the camera at all, but rather behind the microphone. As Luann on Mike Judge and Greg Daniels' King of the Hill, Murphy brought an endearing tenderness, likability, and humor to the character, a ditz on the surface but who proves adept in various matters. Murphy voiced Hank Hill's niece for the entirety of the show's 13-season run, although she died as the last season was airing on syndication. Murphy was the only cast member to receive 3 Annie Award nominations, winning in 2005. The same year King of the Hill debuted, Murphy was able to put her studies as a youth into action, appearing alongside Anthony LaPaglia and Allison Janney in her only Broadway show, the Arthur Miller drama A View from the Bridge. Murphy even invited her former coach, Vern Fowler, to a performance. That Murphy's favorite film was Bob Fosse's All That Jazz shows the actress's genuine love for the craft. In one instance, Murphy stated, quote, "I feel as if the words in a script go from the page, through my arm and my body, into my heart, and all of a sudden take me over." After 2000's slasher flick Cherry Falls, Murphy had her biggest year yet in 2001, with dramedy Sidewalks of New York, baseball rom-com Summer Catch, and Riding in Cars with Boys. Murphy was at the top of the marquee when she returned to the psych ward in Don't Say a Word, playing against Michael Douglas. For her sometimes jarring performance, Murphy earned a Satellite Award nomination. After a notable turn as a drug addict in Spun, Murphy appeared as Eminem's girlfriend in Curtis Hanson's 8 Mile. It was one of her most praised roles to date, and Murphy acknowledged the shift in attention, recalling, while not giving herself enough credit, quote, "That was the difference between people knowing my first and last name as opposed to not." The next few films saw Murphy solidifying herself as a big screen charmer, taking lead roles in Just Married, Little Black Book, and Uptown Girls, while gossip columns latched onto her dating Just Married co-star Ashton Kutcher and her short-lived engagement to Little Black Book production assistant. Notable critics such as Roger Ebert were more keen on her comedic abilities. Ebert even likened her to comedy trailblazer Lucille Ball, with her, quote, "divine ineptitude that moves beyond Marilyn Monroe's helplessness into Lucy's dizzy lovability." She, too, took on a small part in the Big Fat Kill segment of Sin City. A lover of all things music, Murphy signed on to lend voice work to Happy Feet, improbably directed by Mad Max's George Miller. While she had a small number in Little Black Book, Happy Feet allowed her to give both Queen's Somebody to Love and an Earth, Wind, and Fire song her own spin, putting her vocal talents at the forefront. That same year, Murphy, who had also appeared in music videos for 80s New Wavers, Tears for Fears, and collaborated with English producer DJ Paul Oakenfold on a track that charted on the UK singles and Billboard's dance club songs, hitting #1. Inspired at a young age by Madonna, Murphy announced she would be releasing her own album. Murphy was even at one point attached to one of the many doomed Janis Joplin biopics, Piece of My Heart. Gloria the Penguin would be her last notable role. Following Happy Feet, Murphy was attached to various projects, notably The Expendables before her character was cut, but her creative output would be minuscule, appearing in a string of forgettable, if heard of at all, movies: The Dead Girl, The Ramen Girl, and a collection of direct-to-video releases, including her first posthumous release. On the morning of December 20th, 2009, Murphy collapsed in her bathroom in the home she shared with her mother and husband, Simon Monjack. Soon after, she was pronounced dead. Brittany Murphy was 32. The cause of death was under immediate scrutiny and controversy. How, many wondered, could a seemingly healthy and young woman die so suddenly? An assistant chief coroner deemed that the death, quote, appeared to be natural, while officials noted that it could have been prevented. The immediate cause was listed as being community-acquired pneumonia, with iron deficiency anemia and multiple drug intoxication on the autopsy. It turned out that Murphy had been sick for at least 1 week, but did not receive medical care, instead treating her illness at home. Murphy was also on her period at the time of her death, which the eventual autopsy report stated potentially, quote, leads to a weakened state of health and would increase her vulnerability to infection. Some of this, too, may have stemmed from being underweight. Her weight loss, perhaps triggered by a Hollywood casting director allegedly pinpointing her as huggable but not fuckable during the casting process of Coyote Ugly, which she did not get due to this, was wrongly attributed in the media to drug use. Hard drugs were ruled out as a cause of death. Nearly 100 prescription bottles, all supposedly prescribed to Monjack, were found nearby, but they were mostly pain relievers like hydrocodone and acetaminophen, as well as anti-seizure medication, which she began taking in 2002. Further, Murphy had been diagnosed with a mitral valve prolapse, in which one of the heart's valves doesn't close properly. Murphy's father, who was absent most of her life, wanted to independently test, claiming his daughter may have been murdered, even publicly stating, quote, "I have a feeling that there was a definite murder situation here," unquote. Sharon Murphy vehemently denied all of his theories, calling them bald-faced lies. On the other hand, at one point suspected a toxic mold in the home, initiating a brief lawsuit that was dropped. In May 2010, just 6 months after Murphy's death, her widower, Simon Monjack, was found dead, apparently of the exact same cause. This death, too, was shrouded in mystery. Details not just about his death, but his character quickly came to light. Entanglement with credit card fraud, lawsuits by a mortgage firm over past evictions, alleged children with other women. He was, objectively, a noted embellisher and moocher, reportedly blowing through $3 million of Murphy's money while they were together. It's nearly impossible to discuss Murphy's career and death without the gossip. This was undoubtedly revealing of how the media depicted her and how the Hollywood machine views women. She was an occasional talent, but far more primed for tabloid rag fodder, the sort of subject of made-for-TV movies, like 2014's The Brittany Murphy Story, and sensationalist documentaries, like 2021's What Happened, Brittany Murphy. Even attempts at honoring her were futile. Soon after the Brittany Murphy Foundation, designed to fund and support cancer research, was launched, it was discovered that it was never officially registered as a not-for-profit with the IRS. Murphy's father's attempts to revive it were also poorly conceived, and the foundation dwindled away permanently after his 2019 death. Those that knew her best, collaborators, friends, teachers, remembered her